So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the Be Like Dee channel. It's your girl D coming back with another review of Divorce Sistas season 1 episode 3, and y'all, the episode was so damn good. Okay, I was like laughing. Okay, this was a good episode. I said this is nice and messy for me. Okay, I really like this. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first scene, we pick up where we left off, where it was just Geneva and what is this man's name? Jason? I'll remember it in a minute. Anyway, Geneva and the dude that came back. Okay, he and her in the room together. And he like, is that my daughter? Is that my daughter? And she's like, what are you talking about? Geneva, I told y'all she was gonna give me a good show, okay? Because she had me laughing at her ass because she was looking like, what the fuck? Why are you in my house? Did she still gotta keep lying? No, no, it's not your daughter. What are you talking about? He's like, the timeline add up. He said, and then when we was around together, we talked about having a daughter named Anika. I said, Geneva. Girl, really? You gonna have it named the well, look, technically it is his baby. Okay, so then Javon is like, what the fuck, Geneva? Okay, you gonna name her that too? And then she just like, no. Geneva was stuck and caught, and then he was just like, no, you know what? We're supposed to be together, me and you. And then she was like, that was 6 years ago, okay? We was sneaking around. He's like, no, that was then. I was married. Now I'm divorced, and I'm back for you. I said, oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. He crazy, okay? I'm back for you, okay? After you get denied, you should just leave it alone, But he like, I'm finna just pursue you. Then when he clocked her, it said, you want me to leave? Really? This is probably the most excitement you had in a long time. I said, what the fuck? And she was just like, Geneva, okay? Geneva, your storyline is hilarious to me, okay? You got you a crazy one, but you playing into it apparently, and you liking this a little bit. I'm gonna give you a pass because you finna be entertaining, okay? It's giving Andy vibes, but it's cool, okay? I'm fucking with it, okay? Even though you got a situation on your hands right now, okay? That's all I'm saying. You got a situation. Now we get the scene with the pastor dude and Rashida headed to the little gala, or I don't know if they was calling it a gala. I think that's calling it a gala though. But anyway. So last time I thought they already had went and they just came back from, but actually they was getting ready for it. But anyway, so they getting in the car. Well, they in the car together, and of course she trying to have conversations about their marriage, and he not. Okay, he being an asshole, and then she talking about, you love me. You meant what you said when you said that to the kids, that you love me. And he was just like, I'm doing all that dismissive shit, right? I was like, oh yeah, I already knew you was going through, girl. I knew. Pastor's wife, girl. And basically the whole conversation is that she the last thing he worried about. Okay, he talking about, but I got a call. I said, I'm sure. But I got a call. And then she checked his ass real quick. Yeah, and you got that church money from my family. Yeah. So I want you to think about the life I gave you. I said, oh yes, bitch. When she said, think about the life I gave you, after he tried to be all like, oh, you don't know how many women be happy to be in your place. I said, I know the fuck he didn't. When he said, you don't know how many women be happy, you see him looking at me, you see him, I know you don't miss a thing. I said, oh, you the asshole I thought you was. Okay. But Rashida was getting with his ass, okay? But I really want her to leave him. But I don't know, for the sake of the show, they back and forth was kind of funny. And oh my goodness, Rashida is perfect church wife. Okay, she got him together. I ain't hear no curse words. Got him together. Won't you think about that? Oh goodness, so far loving me some Geneva and loving me some Rashida. Okay, but this car scene was a mess. Okay, it went from him trying to tell her girl bye to her saying, "No, you want to say girl bye? Okay, think about the life I gave your ass and think about how I protect you on a daily basis, and I see stuff that you don't never see." And he's like, "What that mean? What that mean?" Looking at us, okay. And then she said, "Well, it mean what I said. That's what I said." I said, "Oh, okay, get his ass, okay." Cause now he thinking like, yeah, think about the shit you done did. Okay, so now we got two scenes happening. So we have Geneva in the car with her husband and Javon in the backseat. Is it Javon? I don't know. I'm gonna get it together. But anyway, his ass in the backseat is extra awkward. And then all of a sudden the husband all like, "Oh, you know who would be great for him? You know who that? Cause you know he newly divorced. Tiffany, cause she newly divorced too." And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, no." She would say, I don't think it's a great idea, babe." Geneva, you just pure funny because you just be lying, bruh. Like, her face be looking like, oh goodness. She caught like a motherfucker. In the other scene, we have Naomi getting ready for the party that she might be running into her exit, and then she getting ready for the party. Then all of a sudden, the police knocking at her door, and they got a warrant to come and get all the shit that she was supposed to hand over to her ex-husband so the new wife could have. Okay, so of course, dramatics, you know, she's upset. Okay, you know, the scene was dragging for me, but you know, we gotta show her losing her shit. Okay, so. And then it was crazy because she losing her shit, everybody feeling bad for her. But then they was like, "Oh, you supposed to turn it over? Like, give it to him." Everybody was like, "Oh," that's like, "Yeah, so she's upset, she not coming." And then they was like, "Oh good, she not coming," because we still ain't got confirmed if the ex is coming. So they was like, "Oh good, okay." Get to Bridget's ass. She at the gala getting everything ready, you know, because she worked with the church. And one of the waiters talking about this man, I guess he was complaining about this man. Then next you know, turn to the man, it's her boyfriend. She's like, no, he just dressed like a waiter. He don't work here. And then she like, "Why is you dressed like that?" I said, "Oh girl, you looking bad out here, Bridget." And I could finish her ass up real quick for the rest of the episode because she pretty much getting embarrassed by this boyfriend, the dude that she asked to hire him, going around telling everybody, "Yeah, I did a favor and tried to help her, and this dude quit on me, and I lost this, and that." Like, you see what I had to deal with, all this stuff. So I was just like, okay. The boyfriend cringe as hell. He can't read the room that he get on everybody's nerves, and he looks stupid. Okay. And then I think at some point he gets up and leaves. I don't know. It was just like, good, get him out my face. So Bridget's story is that she dealing with this ain't shit ass nigga and he embarrassing her. Okay, so and then Naomi is that she losing her damn mind. But I still need more bits of her story though. She still losing her mind, but it's more to her story. Okay, so now we at the gala. Okay, so everybody arriving to the gala. They deciding what they figuring out where their seats at or whatever. And then they said they introduced Javon, and then he go, "Rashida, her Geneva, exchange your eyes." This episode showed how close Rashida and Geneva are because they baby them eye conversations they was having. Look, the episode called Hush Tones. Them hush tones they was having. Okay. And then she goes to the bathroom. But anyway, but before we get to that, so they at the table, and then of course the husband is trying to get Tiffany up on Javon, and then of course he go Rashida. So when they get to the table, He trying to make it all awkward. No, let them sit together. He doing the most because everybody can feel it. Everybody just looking like, oh, okay, like even the ones that don't even know what's going on. Okay, they don't even know what's going on, but they know he pushed it too hard over there. Okay, so then as he over there trying to whisper to her, and then Tiffany and and Javon end up talking. Javon, I don't know, I keep saying his name wrong. Anyway, Javon keep talking. She trying to shush her husband like, I'm trying to hear what they saying over there. Like, don't be trying to set them up, okay? She's like, they together? No, they are not together. Them two? Oh, no, them two. She's like, no, we just met. Tiffany ass. Tiffany, you is a oblivious ass girl, okay? Because when they was in the restroom, she trying to get the tea from Rashida on what's wrong with her. Everybody can feel something wrong with her. She trying to get the tea, but she like, no, I talk in my own time. I'm still processing. I'm processing, okay? Rashida. But anyway. But then she just like, oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, I know. But is it about, whatever her husband's name is? I always forget. And then she's like, when is it not about him? Okay. I was just like, okay, girl, I'll be mad too. Like, if I just told you I don't want to talk about it, then you keep asking me questions trying to poke to get a direction. Bitch, get out my face. But she do that shit a lot. She don't get the message, okay? At the table, it's getting all awkward. So then, Rashida and her husband got up there to do their little, thing. So he went up there trying to get people, oh, please open your pockets. We're trying to open a new church. Okay? So he doing all of that. Then he put the wife on, which is Rashida. So then Rashida come up there and then she's like, I know you know. He say I'm long-winded, so I'll make it quick. I said, ooh. I love her. Okay? Petty. She don't even care who in the room. She want that nigga to know I'm throwing a shot at you. And he's like, ha ha ha. Anyway, so then she do her prayer. And I like the rhythm and the tone in which she talks. I don't know why, I just do. But anyway. And then I like how when she got to the table, Javon was like, I like the way you pray. I was like, maybe, is that it? Is that what I like the way she prayed? But then that's how Rashida talk anyway. She do that like slow. But anyway, Geneva ended up getting up from the table since she got to go to the restroom because she extra uncomfortable, okay? She losing that shit. Rashida go ahead and follow her. Then the other girl was like, oh, should I come? She say, no, you can sit right there. You can stay at the table, baby. So then they gonna rush off. Everybody looking like her husband, Geneva's husband, gonna have the nerve to say, Rashida, figure out what's going on with her. She been acting weird, bruh. I'm seeing how you got cheated on. She acting weird. Ask her why she acting weird, dude. And then the fact that you can't feel her energy when y'all was all in that awkward ass car and when y'all was in the awkward ass living room, okay? But anyway, so then she goes to the restroom and check on her. Oh my goodness. Kadeem, acting. Okay? Acting, bitch. She was like, like she couldn't breathe and shit. She having a damn panic attack. I'm having a panic attack. What the fuck is going on? Okay? She said, you don't even know, Rashida. I came downstairs and he was in my house. Okay? I ain't tell you he was in my job earlier. Okay? But she just sat back. She said, oh, Geneva. I said, oh. She worried too. Okay? So then she was like, he said he's coming back for me. What am I going to do? And then now, William is trying to hook him up with Tiffany. She was like, I just want this day to end. What is going on? Okay, I was like, oh, Geneva. Okay, she got me in the heart a little bit, I don't be down with that cheating and stuff, but I guess I'm going to be on her side because I'm fucking with her, okay? So, I'm going to ride this ride with you, girl, okay? But anyway, she was like, oh my God, okay? I was like, she's scared? I'm like, okay, first I was like, is she scared? Or like, what is it? Because, of course I feel like she's scared, but I forgot. I feel like she was something else too when she was like telling her what's happening. But no, I thought she was scared to tell Rashida about the baby, because I don't think Rashida know about the baby. I was like, girl, spill it all. Because I needed to know if Rashida knew. He ended up telling her that he think that the baby is his. But I was like, why she say it like that? Okay? A liar gonna tell the story real funny, okay? Geneva. Somebody, he think Anika is his. And she looking like, wait, why? She's like, well, we was having sex around the time we was doing the IVF, and we had given up on it, and then we gave up on it, and then me and him was having sex without no condom, so it could be, girl, that's that man baby, okay, you wrong for that. Unprotected, no, Geneva, no. Okay. But you got a pickle on your hands, okay? Then she's like, he was invited to the house by William. I love the way she was telling the story, okay? Because that's how it happened, girl. I was like, she had Rashida on the edge of her seat. She's like, girl, what we gonna do? She's like, I don't know. She's trying to get herself together. Okay, we gotta breathe, girl, breathe. She started losing it, girl. So then, of course, Tiffany's ass ended up coming to the restroom, and she's talking about, oh, you been holding out on me. And she's like, what you mean? She's like, that man, oh, you been having that on me. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed with Tiffany. I was like, girl, shut up. But of course she don't know nothing, so she be acting like, oh, you got a man, or now you want to date, girl, bye. But anyway, and then of course the it's awkward as they talking. Then Rashida come. I think Rashida had walked out and she came back. So then she was like trying to usher her out, like, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it later. And she's like, no, what's going on? Oh, what's happening? I said, oh, she don't get no cues, okay? Obviously they want you to leave, that you not part of this conversation. Yes, y'all friends. Y'all holding out on me? Yes, we are. Goodbye. Damn, bitch. How you want me to say it meaner? Because I done told you politely. I can't keep going polite. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's how I'm gonna end up having to handle Tiffany's ass, because she be getting on my nerves, okay? Get your ass out the scene, out the room. They telling you to go. Bitch. And then, of course, Rashida trying to get herself together still. Then they go out back to the table, and guess who show up? Naomi's ex-husband and his new white wife, because I don't know her name. And of course that's who Naomi called her, but she ain't calling her white wife, she calling her the white bee, all of that stuff. But anyway, they show up, and of course she's like, oh, I'm so happy that the crazy is in here, or something like that. She said some shit like that. And then she's like, the who? What you said? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, who are you? One of Naomi's closest friends. Because don't you mean Naomi? Okay, I was like, all right, Tiffany, I see you right there, girl. I see you clock it. See how quick I switch up. Look, she was on her ass. Okay, I'm with you when you're right. And then of course she was like, oh, you see these earrings? And doing all this shit at the table. And it's like, yeah, it looks better on the right skin. All of them was in on it, okay? All the sisters was in on roasting that white bitch's ass, okay? And then they all was looking at each other like... And then, of course, you look off to the side, and who was coming into the room? A drunk-ass Naomi. They like, oh, no. I said, why y'all let her walk to the table? Y'all should have hopped up with quickness and muscled her ass up out of there. Y'all let her walk all the way up to the table, okay? What was security? Did y'all not have security? Y'all can't be letting no drunk woman into no gala, okay? That's a party crasher right there. I would automatically be like, oh, you can't come in, you drunk, okay? But how we gonna get the mess, okay? So, but gonna usher her in and her spot them at the table, because she like, oh, that's my girls. Then she look over, Alright, y'all, that's the end of the episode, and that's the end of my review for Divorced Sistas Season 1, Episode 3. Drop down in the comments, let me know what y'all thought about the episode, how messy this show is, okay? When I say messy, it's with the mess, okay? And I'm enjoying it. Get me nice and messy, okay? It's so much drama, okay? Geneva is just, so much to eat from because she. I told you I could tell she was a mess of a character. Okay, Rashida, I just love the comebacks. Okay, the marriage is a mess, but that's so much I can pick from that too. Okay, and then Naomi, I don't know. We gotta see what's going. Like I said, I need a little more from her story, but you know, she crazy. The fact that she can go there so fast, she was already crazy. Okay, and Tiffany, most of the time you get on my nerves. Most of the time you get on my nerve, but when you got your friends back, I was fucking with that. Okay, but Bridget, I don't even know what's going on with Bridget. Okay, I don't know why she chose this man, why she stays. She's clearly embarrassed because he was like, she didn't tell me about y'all don't know who I am and all this stuff. So I was really like, girl, what are you doing? Okay, she the friend that you like, what is going on? What is you doing? Okay, you down bad. But anyway, drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Dee channel. Okay.